Welcome back. We are here. It's Saturday. Sorry, these are late in the day. I already apologized for the crosswords, and it's the same story for these. We're doing some logic puzzles, and Saturday is slated to be a challenging day. This will be the first Saturday that I've done for fields, stars, and clues by Sam. So let's hop right into it. Do I have to zoom in? Nope. It remembered. Alright, let's get it. One, so we have green and green. You can't, oh, and we have a mystery. Yikes. Okay. I wonder if that's more freedom or more mystery, you know? So 3 and 5 can't reach here, so that's blue. 3 can't reach here, but 5 can. No, if 5 reached here... Actually, I'm going to try something crazy here. No, it can't. Alright, so the 9 can't get down here. The 5 can't get down here. Because then you would need to connect it to this one as well. So I think this is blue as well. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, definitely correct. And this one is blue as well because none of the greens can work. Right, because there needs to be either a green here or here to allow this one to be part of the 5 and not, because it has to be part of the 5 and it cannot be part of this or else that would connect to the 5. So that means we really only have like 2 more greens to work with over here, if that was the case. Now, it's tough to say. This one could be blue, this one could be blue, but I don't think we're certain yet. Now we can look here. The maximum number of greens for the 9 that we can add on in this direction is 5. So we're guaranteed to need 3 more greens. Does that make sense? We're guaranteed to need 3 greens up here. What does that tell us? How about we think about this area? We need 3 blues. Let's imagine that these 3 were blues. Is that possible? I don't think so. Because these would need to be green. And there's no way, right? Yeah, I think that's impossible for these 3 to be blue. Is it possible for just 2 of them to be blue? Wait. Is it possible for just 2 of these to be blue? That means we have another blue over here. Let's say it's here. Impossible. I think that means that this has to be green. I really hope it does. I think it does. We need 2 more blues. This is green too. Oops. Alright, so we need 2 more blues. They can surely be these 2, but it can't be this one, so that's green for sure. Furthermore, we can't connect this green because then we would need more blues. And that wouldn't work. What did I just do? So that means this is blue. Green has to escape. Blue has to escape. Blue has to escape. Can't connect here, so that's green. It could connect here. So let's hold off. Actually, if this was green, if this was blue or this was blue. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, that's right. Then these would both need to be green. That's impossible. So these are green and the 5 is done. Good. Green needs to escape. Green needs to escape. Okay. We're making good progress here. Well, alright, imagine this was the final blue. Impossible. So that's green. This can't be, this has to be blue. And this one can't be blue because it would make that an 8, so that's green, that's blue. That's blue. Blue can't be on its own, so that's blue. We're in good shape here. So now we have to find out, okay. Let's say blue went around this way to connect to that blue. It would need to connect, even if it went the longest way possible. That's not enough. You don't have enough space for 9. So all that to say is that this needs to be blue. And I'm pretty sure, well, not necessarily that this needs to be green here, but that it's not going to go around and then reconnect. Green has to be there. So now we only have question marks. Does that mean we're free to make any sort of 9 that we want? 6. If we do that, and we do this. Okay, what if we make that green? What if we make that green? What if we make that green? Am I missing something here? Oh, so it's not just any number. It's a specific number. However, oh, my bad. I'm being silly because this blue needs to escape. Let me undo. I know we have a lot to undo here, and it might be a mistake that I missed early on. This one, not necessarily blue. And now I'm wondering about my previous conclusion, because what if that needs to be blue for sure? Could the 9 go down here get enough? Yeah, it could. That's beautiful. Wow, okay. Yes, luckily that was a good solution. I trapped I trapped the blue, and when I excluded blue from this square, I hadn't realized that there was an opportunity for 9 to also connect down here. I'll go watch that back and see exactly where the mistake happened. But that 9 minutes and 19 seconds, oh, I didn't take a look. I think it was 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 puzzle pieces of difficulty. It didn't feel as hard as yesterday's, in my opinion. Okay, onward. 3 out of 5 for Saturday here. All right, let's lock in. This one definitely looks challenging, actually, in terms of first steps. So I guess we look at this one. So if there are 2 stars in here, one on the left and one on the right, let's call it, if we pretend it's a line, the rightmost star could be any of these, so that one's out. The leftmost one could be any of these, so it doesn't necessarily exclude anything. Okay, good. If this one's here, it could be any of the other ones. Similarly, the rightmost one can only be in any of these 4, right? So that's excluded. Unless I'm missing no, that has to be correct, I think. Okay, chipping away. Yes, quite challenging. I do not like this. Yeah, can't do the same as over here with this one because in theory you could have this, and so this star doesn't overlap with that one. However, no, and yeah, no. Okay. Brutal. I was hoping, like, for example, a strategy that you can employ. Let's say this wasn't part of this group. You would know that these 3 regions are confined to the bottom 3 rows. So that means the bottom 3 rows definitely have 6 stars, of course, and those are all taken up by these 3 regions, if we're ignoring this box. So that at that point I could exclude it from this area over here. However, I can't do that because that one could be a star. You can do that with 2s as well, but I don't have any. Is there any way to exclude this? No, because you could have this and this. Although, wait a sec. I don't know. Wait. Alright, hear me out. Uncertain at the moment. So, we know that in the bottom 3 rows, 4 stars are already accounted for in here. So, between this one, and this one down here, ugh. What I was trying to say is, if you have one in here, it would force this one to be here. Does that help at all? So this one would have to be here. Okay. If otherwise, they would both have to be up here somehow. And that would exclude this. Not really helpful, I don't think. I thought there was a relationship there. And maybe there is that I'm not fully forming in my mind. These can't both be in this row, but maybe that's obvious and not helpful. Okay, we did a trial and error. We're not going to call it a guess. We did a trial and error. And it actually gave us a little bit of information. We know that it's not there. Okay, we're taking a step back. Maybe my initial exploration was wrong. I do think I have another idea though. All right, well, we do still know you can't have 2 stars here in this bottom row, because that would force 2 stars to be uncomfortable up here. So this one is restricted by these 2 stars, one of which is there, the other one is not. Similarly, you can't have both of them down here. Right, you need one up here, and you need one up here, but you can't fit both of them up on either one. So you have 2 bottom ones accounted for. Now, I cannot believe I'm going back on what I thought was right, but the right one could be here. It can't be, oh, because we need one up here. It can't be either of these spots. So we know there's one here and there is one there. I have no idea how. I don't know how it happened. I'm embarrassed. And we need 2 in this middle region, so that's a star. I'm concerned because I feel like I went down this path with no success. Additionally, we know that there's 1 star here. It's up here, actually, we know. And there's 1 star here, so that one's wrong, this one's right, that one's wrong, this one's right. Okay. Over here, we have a star over here, so that one's a star. That one's not it. This one is it. I feel like we had this before, but maybe there's something else going on. Now we have 3 here, so that's correct. That's wrong. Or impossible, rather. This is wrong. These are wrong. These are wrong. This region we have here. And, all right, we'll avoid the fuck up, or excuse me, the mess up, no, whatever, from before. We can't have a star here because, oh no, something's going on. Something is going on. My issue is that we need a star down here. If it's... Oh, wait. I am perplexed. I don't think... I mean, I obviously have. If I assume this is solvable. Here's the problem that I haven't said out loud. 2 options for a star here. If there's a star here... Actually, so if there's a star here... That actually might be right. I was going to say, you can't have a star here because then you only have 1 space here. So that's ruled out. Let's keep going. Star here. You cannot have all 3 of them be here in this region. So 1's here. Yeah, I think we're golden actually, not here. We must have 1 here because we can't have 2 up in here. Very good. We require 1 in these 2, so that's not there. Similarly to what we just had here, we require 1 here. So it's not over here, it must be this. It's not that one, so it must be this. We need, oh wait, we can't have that one, so this one, good. Can't have that one, so this one for the row. This one, oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Then I guess I'm happy that I was punished for my lucky guess at the beginning, because it was a guess and then I made a mistake elsewhere. So I had to start over and find something more logical. And I did. To arrive that this one needed to be here. Okay, very exciting. Now, I almost forgot we have another puzzle. Sorry that took a while, 27 minutes. Okay, clues by Sam. We're just gonna hop right on in. Hopefully you can see everything. So, all right, we got Vicky. Javi is one of 2 innocents in row 5. So that's Javi. We already have 2 innocents, so that's 2 criminals, Uma and Zoe. There's an odd number of criminals in column A. All innocents in column C are connected. That doesn't tell us how many, but we know that, let's say we find out Joy is an innocent, that we know that Nicole and Scott are as well. Joy and Clay have 3 innocent neighbors in common. Joy and Clay. Okay. But that's interesting. So, I think that means that Nicole, there are only 4 common neighbors of Joy and Clay. And we can't have... There's one situation we can't have. We can't have Evie be innocent and Nicole be criminal, right? In that case, Evie and Gary and Oscar would be innocent, Nicole would be a criminal, because that breaks up the fact that all the innocents are connected here. So there are 3 other options where Evie is a criminal, Gary is a criminal, or Oscar's a criminal, but Nicole is innocent. And Scott is innocent, because they're connected for sure. Okay, let's do Scott first. There are exactly 2 criminals to the right of Aaron. Okay, so 2 criminals to the right of Aaron. Well, yeah, we can wait, I think. There are at least 2 innocents between Aaron and Uma. At least 2 innocents between Aaron and Uma. So there's an odd number, of innocents. So That means if there are two innocents between... Oh, there are at least two. Oh, unfortunate. Not exactly two. So either there are three innocents and Aaron is a criminal, or there are two innocents and Aaron is innocent as well. Okay. There are exactly two criminals to the right of Aaron. From what we said before, we know that if Evie and Gary are innocent, that's fine, because Oscar could be the criminal, right? If either of them is not, then Chloe would be innocent and Oscar would be a criminal. So Oscar and Chloe are a 1-in-1 pair. We know that by way of Evie and Gary. Oh man, okay. I'm missing something, but that's fine. Joy and Clay have 3 innocent neighbors in common. Joy and Clay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that we understand. Odd number of innocents in column A. And there are at least 2 innocents among these 3. Wow, I'm definitely not seeing the connection right away. Exactly 2 criminals.
Yeah.
I'm so silly. So actually, Chloe is a criminal. Hold on, I think this still is right, but let me make sure. These both can't be criminals. So Chloe is a criminal. All innocents in column A are connected. That's got to be big. So that means because at least 2 of the 3 of these are innocent, Luigi must be innocent, because you can't have Hazel and Penny innocent and Luigi a criminal. But he didn't give us a hint. Okay, let's see what good. So there are exactly 2 criminals to the right of Aaron. Evie or Gary is criminal, so Oscar indeed is innocent. An odd number of innocents below Chloe, neighbor Luigi. So it's either 1 or 3. 1 or 3. Okay. And this is a pair, a 1 innocent, 1 criminal pair. Okay. What else? Gotta run through it again. There are at least 2 innocents between Aaron and Uma. So it's not a pair, but definitely one of these is innocent. Maybe 2. There's an odd number of innocents below Chloe, neighbor Luigi. Oh God, it's not what I wanted. So 1 or 3 of these are innocent. That makes sense. not 2, but maybe that doesn't matter. There are exactly 2 criminals to the right of Aaron. Got that covered. In fact, since we have that. That's not what I meant to do. And we also have this one, same thing. Odd number of innocents in column A. All right, what am I missing? And they're all connected. An odd number of innocents below Chloe border Luigi. There are at least 2 innocents here and an odd number of innocents, but there must be something that I'm missing. All innocents in column A are connected does not imply the existence of more than one. That was specified in the rules. There's a very extensive set of clarifying details. All always means there's at least one. It doesn't necessarily mean there's more than one. Bordering right? Bordering is an interesting word. And also, connected. A group of one person is considered connected. Okay, so confirmed. Okay. Here comes the redundancy. Let's go through them all once again. All innocents in column A are connected. And there's an odd number of innocents in column A. We're currently satisfied. We would also be satisfied if there were 2 more innocents. And that could be Aaron and Hazel or Hazel and Penny. Right? It could be Aaron. All innocents in column C are connected. It could be Joy and Evie. It could be just Joy, or it could be neither. An odd number of innocents below Chloe neighbor Luigi. What's stopping us from having 3 or 1? Right? Nothing talks about column B. Nothing talks about row 4. Oh! I am ridiculous. There's an odd number. Oh my god. There are at least 2 innocents between Aaron and Uma. So there are 3 innocents in the first column. So Hazel is innocent. Wow. That took me a little while. And either Penny or Aaron are innocent and criminal. Only one of the three criminals neighboring Nicole, where's Nicole? Okay, one of the three is my neighbor. We already have two of them. So that means this is also a pair, and the rest are criminals! Alright, well, we still know that. So there's one. I cannot believe I just misread it. Very sad. Only one of the three criminals neighboring Nicole is my neighbor. So we have one. We could have 2, 3. Okay. Ah, good. So, an odd number of innocents below Chloe border Luigi. We know that there are not 3 innocents below Chloe. So we only have 1 innocent, and it's accounted for here. So Ronald is a criminal. Joy has exactly 5 innocent neighbors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and Clay is innocent. There's an odd number of criminals neighboring Hazel. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So that's innocent. Chloe has exactly 2 innocent neighbors. So let's think. Sorry, odd number of criminals. Yes, we know that. Okay. We also have one of Nicole's neighbors is already a criminal. So here is another pair. We have this one solved. We have this one solved. We have this one solved. Chloe has exactly 2 innocent neighbors. Only one of the 3 criminals bordering Nicole is my neighbor. 1, 2, 3. And there are at least 2. All innocents in column 3 are connected. There's got to be something here. We can't have... Alright, imagine Evie if Evie is innocent criminal, what was it about Aaron? Oh, we already did that. Okay, we're very close. Only one of 3 criminals neighboring Nicole is my neighbor. So that's set. Do we really only have 2 clues? Chloe has exactly 2 innocent neighbors. So it can't be Evie and Ike because Joy would be criminal. It could be Evie and Joy. And it could be Joy and Ike. Alright, let's check out both those scenarios. Evie innocent. Oh! Chloe already has an innocent neighbor. So, Chloe only needs one innocent neighbor for all three of these. And it can't be just Evie because you would need Joy. Evie's criminal. Gary's innocent. Only one row has exactly 2 innocents. And that is down here. So we have an innocent Tyler, criminal Joy, innocent Ike, and a criminal Megan. Okay, less than 18 minutes. That was a tough one. That was a pretty tough one. And it led to a pretty long video. But happy with that. Unfortunately, once again, my attention to detail failed me. And it's not even attention to detail. It's just saying the words criminal and innocent in my head back and forth. I'll just read one as the other, and that's something that I certainly have to work on. But anyway, I will spare you any other conversation. I'm excited to play this again. Hopefully tomorrow's a good one. It could either be harder or maybe Sunday is the beginning of the difficulty cycle. We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. But anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a good time doing these puzzles yourself. And my goal is that these videos will just get shorter and shorter, generally speaking, as I get better at these games. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you.